Something unprecedented has happened in India. A sitting chief minister has been arrested. We're talking about Arvind Kejriwal. He heads the government in Delhi. He also leads the Aam Aadmi Party. It's one of the 6 national parties recognized by the Election Commission of India. So he's an important political player. And as expected, there is backlash. We've seen massive protests, a legal showdown, and a lot of accusations flying around. Tonight, we're looking at 5 questions linked to this story. Number 1, why has Kejriwal been arrested? It was brewing for a while now. The Delhi government is accused of corruption in a liquor case. It's being investigated by multiple agencies. One of them is the ED, the Enforcement Directorate. This month, they named Kejriwal as a conspirator. So they asked him to appear for questioning, but he refused to go. He skipped 9 summons by the ED. So last night, an ED team turned up at his house. At around 9 p.m. local time, he was taken into custody. Arvind Kejriwal spent the night in a small cell inside the ED head office. He will remain in ED custody until March 28th. That's 6 days. Question number 2. What is the liquor scam? In most Indian states, governments run liquor shops. It's a big money spinner for them. But Delhi tried to change that. Kejriwal's government in Delhi introduced a new liquor policy in 2021. It allowed private players to open liquor stores. At the same time, government shops were shut. The idea here was twofold. A, to improve customer experience, and B, to generate more revenue. At first, it seemed to work. Delhi reported a 27% rise in revenue from liquor, but soon there was trouble. Delhi's top bureaucrat flagged issues with this policy. He said the government was running losses. How much? Almost 580 crore rupees, which is $69 million. He also said that Delhi ministers were getting kickbacks. So basically, they were taking money in exchange for liquor licenses. That was the charge. And that's where the case started. First, the CBI opened a probe. That's the Central Bureau of Investigation. They started the probe. And then the ED, the Enforcement Directorate. Which brings us to question number 3. Is Arvind Kejriwal the only one behind bars in this case? He isn't. Delhi's former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is also in jail. So is Satyendra Jain, another former minister, Sanjay Singh, a party lawmaker, and K. Kavita, a politician from Telangana. She's the daughter of a former chief minister. So some big names have already been arrested. Now to question number 4. What will Kejriwal do next? Yesterday night, his party approached the Supreme Court of India. They wanted to quash his arrest, but today that request was withdrawn. So Kejriwal was presented before a Delhi court. The ED wanted his custody for 10 days. They said he was the kingpin of this liquor case. His lawyers rejected this. They said there was no evidence to keep him in jail. The court gave its verdict just a short while ago. Arvind Kejriwal will remain in ED custody for 6 days, which raises a constitutional question. His party says Kejriwal will remain chief minister. But how will he govern from jail? In the past, chief ministers have resigned before their arrest, like Jayalalitha in Tamil Nadu and Lalu Yadav in Bihar. But Kejriwal has not stepped down. So what does the law say about the situation? Unless he is convicted, there is no obligation to resign. But governing from jail poses logistical challenges. A chief minister has dozens of meetings every day. But an inmate is allowed only 2 meetings per week. So how do you navigate that? Plus, the union government is seeking legal advice on the matter. Some experts say the centre could suspend or dismiss him. And do not forget the question of ethics. Conviction or not, should a jail chief minister continue to govern? It's likely to raise many concerns. Finally, we have question number 5. How will this affect the upcoming election in India? In many ways. This arrest has galvanized the Aam Aadmi Party. They're planning a massive protest over the weekend. It has also brought some unity in the opposition. Most parties have sided with Kejriwal. They say the government is weaponizing central agencies, basically using the ED to target leaders. At the same time, there will be criticism too. The Aam Aadmi Party emerged from an anti-corruption movement. Arvind Kejriwal was elected on a no-graft promise. But today, he's been arrested on the same charge, corruption. So many voters will say, there is no smoke without fire. Now, we don't know how this case will play out, but it will definitely raise the temperatures ahead of voting in India.